Namaste everyone. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. Today I'm going to cover another puzzle theme. We will call it the missing F pawn. Let's see what this is about. Right? Let's look at the first example. In this theme, we are going to look at three things. The first thing, of course, is going to be the missing F pawn right here. It could also be on F2, it could also be on C2 or C7, depending on where the opponent king is. The second thing that we have to look for is our bishop eyeing on G8. As we can see, the white bishop eyes on G8. Once again, it could be G1, it could be B1, or it could be B8, depending on where the opponent king is. Finally, we are going to look for the opponent king. It should be on any one of these four squares. Now, in this example, let us see how we can make the most of our situation and checkmate the king in least possible moves. The first move is going to be ripping apart the H file. Knight to H7. This will be followed by the king taking us on H7, queen going to H5 and checkmate because the king has nowhere else to go. However, the black is not under any compulsion to take our knight. It can simply play something like rook d8, that's the best move. We will play queen e2 to take the queen out of danger. The black will play queen to h4, threatening to take our knight, to which we will play knight to g5, threatening a beautiful fork from f7. Black will have to play e4, and then we will fork from f7, winning the rook. This is also a good position for us. So I hope that you've understood the essence of this position and this theme. I'm going to give you three puzzles. The third puzzle is going to be the toughest. I want you to take as much time as possible to solve these. If you can't, come back to the video for the solution. Good luck. This is the first puzzle. It's black to move. Pause the video and think for a solution. I hope you were able to find the solution. If not, here it is. As we can see, the f pawn is missing, f2 pawn is missing, and our bishop is eyeing the g1 square, so the white king cannot escape. What we are going to do is rook to h2, check. The king has no option but to take our rook on h2, which will be followed by queen to h8. The white king has nowhere else to go except for g3 and queen to h4, checkmate. I hope you enjoyed this one. The next one is coming up. All right, here is the next puzzle. It's white to move. Pause the video and think for the solution from start until the end. Also trying to figure out what will be the best moves for the black side. I hope you have found the solution. If not, here it is. We are going to start by opening the H file so that we can start our attack. Knight takes on H7, king takes on H7, queen comes to H3 check. Now the king cannot go to G8 because it's protected by our bishop here. So king goes to G6, which will be followed by a beautiful dalliance between the white queen and the black king. Queen G3, king H7, queen H4, king G6, queen G5, king H7 again, and queen H5 checkmate. At one point, the black king had an option of going to F6 instead of H7. Let's see what would happen in that case. King goes to F6 is queen G5 checkmate. And now I'm bringing you the final puzzle of the day. This is the final puzzle for the day. I hope you are able to find the solution. Please pause the video and think about it. All right. Once again, we see the f7 pawn is missing. Our bishop is eyeing the g8 square, and the black king is in the corner. So we are going to rip apart the h file by queen to h7 check. The black king has no other option but to take our queen on h7, which will be followed by rook h5 check. Now I'm sure you must have already visualized these moves. What's important is for you to be able to visualize what comes next. King goes to g6, which will be followed by mate in 1 with this beautiful bishop move, bishop to f7 checkmate. I hope you enjoyed today's video and that you learned something new. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I would love to hear your opinion and your suggestions about my videos so that I can keep making better ones for you. Thank you.